Football is back. Yes, football is back. The Chiefs took the field today for the first day of training camp with the entire team present. And we've got the highlights, updates, and some general good times for you for the next 20 minutes today on KCSN Update, presented by DraftKings.
You are listening to KC Sports Network, the #1 podcast network for today's Kansas City sports fans. With former players from your favorite teams, informed perspectives, and former insiders, this is the place for you. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts or on our YouTube channel, all over social media, or our morning newsletter, KCSN Daily, dedicated to your Kansas City Chiefs. KC Sports Network is proudly presented by Emprise Bank, your partner in possible.
All right, I'm BJ Kissel. Welcome to KCSN Update, your daily dose of Chiefs news from us here at KC Sports Network. It's Wednesday, July 27th. Now, before we get to the highlights and everything at camp today, a word from our friends at DraftKings. Football fans, DraftKings changed the fantasy game forever in 2012, and now they're doing it again. And that's with Rainmakers Football, their first ever NFT fantasy game. A new shot to win millions in prizes and the only NFT fantasy game licensed by the NFLPA. Playing Rainmakers Football is simple. Buy, sell, bid, and win player cards of the biggest names in the game through regular drops and auctions. Each week, craft your lineup of athletes from your NFT collection and rack up points for touchdowns, receptions, and more, like you would in daily fantasy football. The next generation of fantasy sports is almost here. Download the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app now and sign up with promo code KCSN. Click the Rainmakers tile and opt in so you can be ready for the next drop. Play free for millions in prizes all football season long and build the ultimate NFT fantasy franchise with Rainmakers Football. That's promo code KCSN only at DraftKings. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. All right, let's get this video started with the top news of the day. And that's just the simple fact that the Chiefs were back on the field today for the first day of training camp. The guys practiced for about 75 minutes in the morning, and we saw everyone out on the field except for Orlando Brown Jr., who has not yet signed that franchise tag and hasn't reported yet. It's not really a surprise because that's all anyone, including us, has been talking about for the last couple of weeks. Now, Frank Clark was also not there for the start of practice, but he was spotted on the sideline a bit after practice had began. Coach Reid said that Frank had some testing to do. And we've also got some video of Frank Clark after practice working with rookie first-round pick George Karlaftis. And this is the stuff you love to see, with a veteran and a rookie spending time together up at training camp with all that extra time. That's just an awesome thing to see. Now, this is the stuff when you go up to camp that you absolutely love to see, and you get that perspective, seeing a veteran and a rookie spending time together. This is what it's all about, and this is what leadership, to not be cliche about it, it's what leadership looks like. Now, some other clips from today's practice included this nice defensive rep from rookie Josh Williams on a deep pass intended for McCole Hardman. Plus a look at rookie running back Isaiah Pacheco working on his pass catching out of the backfield. But perhaps the highlight of the day was this catch from Juju Smith-Schuster. Side note, make sure you're following us on social media at KC Sports Network so you can see all of this happening in real time. And while you're at it, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video as well. Helps more people see all the content we're producing and allows us to do even more stuff for you. We appreciate your support. And go ahead and drop a comment on what rating you'd give that catch from Juju. But if you check out that video one more time, what I really love to see about this video is Travis Kelce here. The guy's been in the league for 10 years. He's the best to ever play the tight end position. Yeah, I said that. And he's out here day one celebrating teammates making plays in shorts. The game matters to him. You can't fake this kind of stuff. And it was also a good day for Kelce for a lot of other reasons, because he reportedly got a little more money in his pocket today with a new contract, according to Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, who tweeted, "The Chiefs and star tight end Travis Kelce have agreed to terms on an adjusted contract to give him a raise in 2022, sources say. Money is moved from the back of the deal to properly compensate Kelce. It's a guy who's never been the highest paid tight end in the league at any point in his career." And it's a good time to remind everyone that Travis Kelce currently has 6 straight seasons with at least 1,000 yards receiving. And no tight end in NFL history before Kelce had even done that 3 times. He's done it 6 times. He's the best to ever do it at the tight end position. And he's actually a genuinely great dude as well, having a chance to be around him a little bit. Here's Kelce after practice signing autographs for fans. And that's why if you're a fan and you're able to get up to training camp, get up to training camp. You get a chance to be around those guys and take some pictures, get some autographs. Great time. All right, let's take a look at what was said after practice with our presser roundup. Coach Reid met with the media today with thousands of fans. You can hear him in the background yelling for the guys for autographs. But after that big throw and catch we saw earlier from Mahomes to Juju, Reid was quickly asked about that connection between his star quarterback and new receiver.
Yeah, there's a trust there. So this isn't Juju's first rodeo, right, as they'd say. So I like what we like what we saw before. He was banged up just a little bit. He had the pull in the OTAs, but he's back now. He's healthy, and it was good work today. We'll just keep building on it. First day.
Now, as he often does, Reid spoke about the competition at camp for the young guys fighting to earn a roster spot on a very deep and talented roster. The Chiefs have to go from 90 players down to 53 by that August 30th deadline. A lot of jobs up for grabs right now.
Brett's done a nice job of bringing a lot of people in here that are good players. So don't get caught up in that. Just go play, and then we'll make the decision. Make it as hard as you can on us. And so you have an opportunity to make a play or have a rep, take advantage of that. And that's kind of where we're at today. We got guys that, there might be some guys that are working with 2s and 3s that end up playing for us and making the team.
And Reid was asked about what it's like when the players get to camp and have fans watching for the first time since they played in that playoff game against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I talked to the guys about that. I said, now listen, this isn't going to be like OTAs where you just have the media out there. Right. This is going to be, our fans, and they're crazy. So they love to support you and enjoy that part. But it's good for the guys to be under, have a little of that. It gets the juices going.
We already know Andy Reid is going to the Hall of Fame. He's top 5 all-time in wins. He's got that Super Bowl, and he was asked about firing it up for another season back on the sidelines for Chiefs Kingdom.
Yeah, no, listen, I enjoy what I'm doing. I respect the fact that I'm 1 out of 32 guys in the whole world that has an opportunity to do this, and I know I'm not getting any younger, and so I've got more days or less days ahead of me than I have behind me. So I'm going to take advantage of every one of those days, and with these guys out here, got good kids out here that are good players and good coaches and all that. So the only thing I wish could happen was I wish we didn't have to do this.
Big on wins, practice, and loving the game of football. Not a huge fan of media availability. Despite working in the media and that team for a little bit, as a fan of the Chiefs for my entire life, I love that our coach just cares about coaching football and not all the other stuff. Now, after Reid was finished with his media time, Juju Smith-Schuster was called to the podium and quickly asked about his relationship with his new quarterback.
Developed that trust so far with Patrick?
Yeah, I mean, this offseason we've just been working out every single day. Pat stays in Dallas. Pat calls, hey, we're throwing these days. If you're out here, come out, make it out. And a lot of guys did that this offseason. And just building that trust. And I think over the time, and you could just even see it out here. Pat's making throws, and I'm making those catches. And like you said, just building that chemistry. Going into the season.
Now, how quickly Juju and Mahomes get on the same page when things are happening in pads for real will be a big factor in how quickly this offense and how efficiently this offense will go out and operate and play at the level we've seen over the last few years. Now, another key piece of that is rookie receiver Sky Moore, who has already earned a fan in Juju.
Honestly, I'll tell you one thing about that kid that I love is his happiness, man. Like I've seen a lot of guys come into the league and, so driven, so focused, and, they forget about to enjoy the moment. And Sky, man, like I said, sky's the limit for him. He has a guy, speed, hands, all the way around, smart kid. And, that's what I love about him. But like I said, with him, he's a great player. It's going to show. He's going to help us out a lot. Inside, outside, potentially I could see him playing running back, doing stuff like that, just because he got it in him. And another thing is too, like I said, he's always happy, man. He's having fun. He's in the moment. He's enjoying himself.
Another new face to the Chiefs is veteran safety Justin Reid, who was asked about a player Nate Taylor and I discussed yesterday on KCSN Update, and that's safety Juan Thornhill, who we both believe is primed for a big season, and Justin Reid is here for it.
Juan is a grinder. He comes out here, he set the tempo and the work ethic. I believe him. Everyone got their dog in him, and this is his year to come out and show out. It's a contract year for him, so I know he's looking at every opportunity and attacking it.
And finally, as a Chiefs fan, you can't help but get excited when a new leader of your defense talks about building an attitude on that side of the ball and being the reason that you win a game, not just, kind of compensating or working with whatever the offense gives you.
There's something to be said about like a fresh start. And this is a new look defense, you could say. We have a lot of new faces coming in, being and starting, and a lot of guys who are gritty and been hungry for the opportunity to prove their worth and show who they are as players. So we want to be an attitude defense. We want to come out and set the tempo. We want to be physical. We want to be dominant. When it comes down to the end of the game, when we have a lead, we want to be the ones that finish it and not have to rely on the offense to go out and do anything. So that's the attitude that we're building. That's the attitude that we're going to continue with the whole season.
Now, on the injury front, the one interesting thing to come from Wednesday's practice was that despite being placed on the PUP list on Tuesday, that's the physically unable to perform list, Chiefs running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire was out on the field for the Chiefs on Wednesday. Now, after practice, Coach Reid said it had to do with his testing. So the short stint on the PUP list had something to do with that first day. Maybe it was the conditioning test on day one, but regardless, glad to see Clyde Edwards-Helaire back on the field and what's going to be a huge year for him. Now, other injury news isn't really news for Wednesday, but cornerback Rashad Fenton dealing with that shoulder injury, Lucas Niang in the knee, and Prince Tega Wagano dealing with that leg. They were all already placed on the PUP list. Coach Reid had brought it up, but he reiterated that on Wednesday. And finally, we're going to leave you with this bit from ESPN's Ryan Clark earlier today on First Take. We've seen a lot of hot takes regarding who the best quarterbacks are in the league right now, and Mahomes sometimes is lower than Chiefs fans would like, and that's anything below 1, and Chiefs fans have a tendency to take that personally. So Ryan Clark went out there and had to say this about some of the recent criticism of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but you said Patrick Mahomes is top 5. Patrick Mahomes is top 2. And then you can rotate the other one if you want. You can make it Aaron, you can make it Tom, you can make it Josh, you can put Pat at 1, you can put Pat at 2, but you ain't ever putting him no lower than 2. For the last 4 years, if you take that body of work, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. On a day where Josh Allen in the divisional playoff round played as good, I'm not gonna say good, not gonna say excellent, almost as perfect of a game that you could play from the quarterback position against the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes still won that game. I said last year there was a time people were playing too high. Pat was kind of trying to figure it out. I said Pat is broken, right? And he actually wasn't playing awful. He just wasn't playing like Pat. And because he wasn't playing like Pat and I had never seen it, I was like, oh my gosh, I panicked. I was like, Patrick Mahomes is broken. I've never seen him just look like a very good quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, in his short time in the league, is one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. We can actually not even debate that. From the time we saw him, I think it was week 17 of his rookie season, when Alex Smith was still the quarterback, he was electric. Next year, 50 touchdowns, league MVP. Next year, Super Bowl. I don't know what y'all want from this dude or what people want from this dude. I also don't know when people got into this thing that if you don't play quarterback like I like you to play quarterback, you can't be a top-tier quarterback. That's dumb. They come in all shapes. They come in all sizes. We have to get rid of this historically bland perception of what a quarterback is supposed to look like, what a quarterback is supposed to do. The last time I checked, people went into the Hall of Fame because of results and success.
Love to hear it. Now, again, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Leave a comment and let us know what grade you'd give that Juju catch from earlier, and we will see you all tomorrow. So until next time, Chiefs Kingdom, everybody else, please be kind to one another.